Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something pretty unique.
Definitely unique.
It's this incredibly detailed source material about a fictional movie event for 2026, the Big Garrison 1000 clone problem.
Yeah, it's fascinating because we're looking at two things at once here, aren't we?
Right.
You've got this very cartoony plot magic bubbles, 1,000 clones of this guy, Mr. Garrison Brassfield. Low stakes, high concept. But then you also have this almost corporate level execution plan laid out. Super precise timing, distribution lists, even what people have to wear to the premiere party.
And that's really the core of this deep dive, isn't it? Trying to figure out why. Why map out a fictional world with, like, military precision?
Exactly. It's not just about summarizing the story, it's about the strategy behind it all.
So the sources say it's a 1-hour special, basically a movie-length episode. It's set to premiere Friday, February 6th, 2026 on Nick and Nick Jr. And interestingly, written by the main character himself, Mr. Garrison Brassfield.
And that strategic angle kicks in right away with the premiere event itself. It's not just something you tune into. It's presented as this required, almost manufactured social happening.
Yeah, it feels very much like a corporate rollout trying to force enthusiasm, you know.
Totally.
We get the exact location. Foos Palace, 8751 West Pico Boulevard in LA. 60 people have to go. And the details are just odd. Mandatory attire ranging from suits and dresses all the way down to jeans.
It's like this weird mix of mandatory formality wrapped around total narrative chaos, an IP launch with a dress code.
So strange.
And the broadcast structure, same rigid planning. It's exactly 1 hour, noon to 1 p.m.
Okay.
But the actual show runtime is 52 minutes. That consistency, that feels like careful planning, probably for international rollout.
And they even nailed down the commercial breaks. It's not just around the halfway mark.
No. Very specific, 2 4-minute breaks. One hits at 12:26 p.m.
12:26.
And the second one at 12:47 p.m. These times feel like the internal pillars holding up the whole clone chaos thing.
Right, the architecture behind the madness.
And it's clearly built for huge reach. The distribution list is, well, it's basically everywhere. Major networks like NBC, ABC, streamers like Netflix, Paramount Plus, digital stores like iTunes, YouTube.
So global saturation is the goal. They want everyone seeing this at roughly the same time.
Seems like it.
We also get these really specific opening and closing bits. The whole thing starts right at 11:59 a.m. with this formal 60-second countdown screen, silver frame, clock pendulum. Looks very traditional. But then the moment it hits noon, that formality just shatters. The pendulum literally explodes, and this sign pops up saying, right now.
It's a great setup, right? That immediate switch from former to action.
Yeah.
But then once the story starts, the tone swings back again. You've got Pastor Rafer Owens from Faith Inspirational Church narrating the whole thing, like a storybook narrator.
So it's like high ceremony telling a story about pink magic bubbles.
Exactly that contrast again.
Okay, so speaking of that mix, let's talk about the guy at the center of it all, Garrison Brassfield.
Right. So this deep dive really highlights that this is Garrison's moment. He's the hero here, stepping up instead of his usual grandma and granddad figures.
Okay, so a shift in focus for the series.
Yeah, and the cast list is pretty big. 20 named characters. Includes his family, Dr. Giovanna Brassfield, Grandma Charlotte, his god family. It's a full house.
And the actual cause of the problem, the source of the clones. It's got this amazing name, the magic double duplication pink bubbles.
Yeah. Brought by Uncle John, Aaron Brassfield, Grandma's son.
And this is where the world building just gets wonderfully weird. It mixes this like pseudoscience feel with total fantasy.
Right, so Garrison trips over the bottle. That's time 2, around 12:07 p.m. By 12:08 p.m., he's blowing a bubble and apparently undergoes this biological change. The source calls it a DNA cloning transformation gene.
Okay, DNA cloning transformation gene. That's sounds almost sci-fi.
It does, but then it's immediately compared to a My Little Pony character turning into an alicorn.
Right, so it's like they use the sciencey sounding words just to confirm that, nope, this is pure cartoon logic. It's brilliant, actually.
It really is. And the result of this transformation is very consistent. All 1,000 clones, they're male, exactly 15 years old.
Born April 4th, 2010, the source says.
Yep. And they all instantly get the same outfit. Blank white polo, blue jeans, black shoes, uniform clones.
So how do you tell the real one apart?
The real Garrison keeps his signature look. Black top hat, black tie, a velvet blazer. And apparently he buys another hat later that just says, me.
Okay, that helps. So let's track how we get from 1 Garrison to 1,000. This happens in part 1, right? Before that first commercial break.
Yeah, the first 26 minutes are this rapid escalation. It moves super fast.
How fast?
Well, it starts small. 2 clones, then 3, then 10, then 20, which naturally leads to an impromptu dance party.
Of course it does.
Then things jump. Garrison makes 50 clones around 12:15 p.m., and their first instinct, run off looking for snacks.
Priorities, right?
Totally. Grandma Charlotte discovers the problem back at the 1997 Canova Lane house. Sees 2 Garrisons, then suddenly 50.
So the family figures it out pretty quick.
Yeah, but Garrison's already using his clones strategically. This is where you see his unusual genius.
How so?
Well, to stop the family car, 49 clones just form a perfect 7x7 square wall. Human barrier.
Okay, that's coordinated.
And then they reach a broken road like a cliff edge. So Garrison uses 100 clones in total to make a literal bridge out of themselves.
A human bridge. Wow.
And as he walks across it, he apparently looks down and says, "What a nice bridge, and handsome, too."
Haha. Peak Garrison. Always about him.
Exactly. The chaos is always filtered through his ego.
Which leads us right to the end of part 1, 12:26 p.m., just before commercials.
Right on the timestamp.
Yeah.
He stops making small batches. He blows, like, handfuls of these pink bubbles, aiming for multiples of 100, and boom, 1,000 Garrisons.
Just like that. Where?
Downtown L.A., specifically around the Crypto Staples Center arena.
But does he?
Oh, yeah. He immediately renames it, declares the whole area Garrilandia.
Garrilandia, of course. Okay, so that's the cliffhanger for the first break. Part 2 starts at 12:30. What's the family's plan now? They're facing 1,000 Garrisons in downtown L.A.
Well, first, it's just pure chaos. The 1,000 Garrisons are playing, cheering. Yeah. They even sing their own national anthem.
Called Garrilandia, I presume.
You got it. But the key thing is, the clones only listen to the real Mr. Garrison.
Okay, so he still has control.
He proves it. Makes them all touch their nose and say lasagna on command.
Lasagna.
And then he announces this huge feast of their absolute favorite snack.
Which is, let me guess, something weird.
Strawberry and pickle pudding.
Strawberry and pickle. Pudding. Okay, I have to stop. Why? Is that explained anywhere, or is it just peak random?
It seems to just be their thing.
Yeah.
Maximum weirdness, maybe. It definitely sets the tone for this world's palate.
I guess so. So pudding is the lore. What's the family's counter?
All right, the family shifts tactics. It becomes about specific language. Giovanna, Garrison's mom, she has a magic fairy wand.
Ah, okay. Magic is back.
And she uses words starting with S. That's the key.
Like what?
Soar. She uses that to get the magic bubble bottle back. Then sing, that gets some clones who are hiding out of a tree. There's even a song, Garrison's in a Tree.
Catchy, I'm sure.
But the real breakthrough comes from Garrison's niece, Bennett. She suggests the magic word should be stinky sock.
Stinky sock.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what you use against 1,000 clones.
Mama Beverly Artizada refines it. She says, combine stinky sock with stupendous, which the source helpfully notes means very, very big.
So they make a stupendous stinky sock.
Pretty much. They conjure this giant sock. Mama Beverly and Grandma Charlotte actually get inside it with poles, like a puppet, and they start chanting, "Stinky sock! Stinky sock!"
Are you kidding?
Yep. And apparently the 999 clones just can't resist. They follow this giant chanting sock puppet contraption all the way from downtown LA back to the house on Canova Lane.
Wow. Okay. Mama Beverly with the stinky sock intervention. That's a solution. They managed to move the problem.
Successfully moved by 12:45 p.m., right before the next break.
So what does Garrison do? His clones are gone. This happens right after the second commercial, 12:47 p.m.
Exactly. He sees the successful sock lure, runs back downtown, and decides to reuse that effective S-word himself.
Which one? Stinky.
Stupendous.
Yeah.
He finds a small bowl of the strawberry and pickle pudding
Oh, no.
and uses the word stupendous on it, creating a massive, stupendous bowl of the stuff.
Where does he put it?
On top of this tall, purple stilt tower the clones had apparently built earlier in Garrilandia. He's calling them back with pudding. It's like an escalating lure war. Sock versus pudding.
This is amazing. So the final moments, this is between 12:51 and 12:59 p.m., right?
Yeah, the climax. The 999 clones hear the call of the stupendous pudding. They rush back, and they all start climbing this stilt tower.
Oh, that can't be stable.
It's not. The source says the sheer weight of 999 Garrisons makes the giant pudding bowl start to wobble. It's about to tip over.
Strawberry pickle pudding raining down on LA, the horror.
Exactly. And this potential pudding-geddon seems to finally snap the real Garrison out of it. He has a moment of clarity.
He does.
Yeah, he apologizes, says he went too far with the bubbles and that he actually prefers just being a single Garrison.
A single Garrison. That's the key phrase, isn't it?
It is. Giovanna hears it. That's the final S word she needed. It's 12:56 p.m. She uses her wand, says the word single.
Yeah.
Poof. All 999 clones just vanish instantly, like a magical reset button.
Wow. Okay. Problem solved.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
John Aaron secures the now safe, but still stupendous, pudding bowl back on the tower.
And the original Garrison.
He's just there, happily enjoying this enormous bowl of strawberry and pickle pudding all to himself, which leads to laughter, and then the end credits roll right at 1:00 p.m. Only 27 seconds of credits, apparently. No ending theme.
Huh. Okay, so we've basically mapped out this entire 52-minute event, from the countdown clock to the final pudding bite.
Yeah, complete with the songs, the outfits, the minute-by-minute clone crisis across L.A. It's the detail in the sources that's really striking.
It really highlights that core contrast, doesn't it? You have these incredibly chaotic, nonsensical fantasy elements, magic bubbles, cloning genes compared to ponies, stinky socks as lures.
Right, pure cartoon logic.
But it's all packaged and delivered using this super rigid, real-world corporate planning. The exact premiere address, the mandated attendance, the precise commercial break timings. It's like a business plan for managing complete narrative chaos.
Yeah, the source material basically gives us the blueprint for how to control and deploy this incredibly messy piece of intellectual property.
So what's the takeaway for you, the listener? The whole clone mess, the whole resolution, it all came down to language, didn't it? Specific words, mostly S words.
Words used strategically. Stupendous created chaos and lures, but Single ultimately resolved it, bringing Garrison back to his preferred state.
So it makes you think, right? If magic words really could control reality like that, and your goal was maybe to keep things manageable or just under your own control, what single word would you choose? What one word defines or resets your reality? Something to chew on. What really stands out to you about this whole meticulously planned piece of fiction?